Los Angeles this morning. How you doing, Jerry?
I'm fantastic. I'm raring to go, Betty. This fitness over 40, it's showtime.
You are all over
Let's
that.
deal with it.
All right, so the first thing you need to do is pump up your BMR. Talk to us about what that BMR means.
The BMR is your basal metabolic rate. That's how many calories you burn from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. That's what we have to pump up, and that's your lean muscle mass. Studies have shown after the age of 30, your body loses a half pound of muscle with every year you age. So when you get closer to 40 and over, you're starting to lose muscle. You got to kick that muscle, and if you lose 5 pounds of muscle, Betty, that burns 20 pounds of fat a year. So pump up your BMR.
So how do you do that, though? How do you pump up the BMR?
Great question. It's easy to do. You got to do some resistance training. So when you start lifting weights, it increases your lean muscle mass and also increases bone density, Betty. So that's how you pump up your BMR. And a lot of people, what they do is they think as you get older, you should lose your muscle mass. It's not true. I do it every day. You can build more muscle and increase bone density. That's your BMR. There you go. You got the calorie burning system working. Boom,
well, you definitely
boom,
haven't
boom.
lost your muscle mass as you age, that's for sure, Jerry.
Yes.
The next thing, though, is you need to regain your balance. How so?
Right. Regain the balance. What happens is most people over 40, when they were doing like a high labor job, now they're doing more keyboard work. So the calorie intake should equal to the calorie expenditure. But what happens is the calorie expenditure is greater than the calorie that's burning. So you got to reduce your calorie intake a little bit, expend more, regain your balance to stop stored body fat from getting around the waistline. This is a biggie because the calorie intake should equal calorie expenditure. That's one of the major problems with over 40. We take in too many calories. You got to watch it.
Makes a lot of sense there. Also, though, you have to make this a priority, correct? Because if you don't, you're not going to do the things you need to do to stay in shape.
Perfect. This is a big thing because a lot of people, as you get older, you say, well, you know, work is taking over my exercise. You got to keep it a priority. Betty, I was talking to the guy the other day. He said, Jerry, I'm 120 pounds overweight. I'm 44 years old. I got high blood pressure, high cholesterol. And he said he works 16 hours a day. He said, I don't have time to work out. Of course, he's not going to live very long. You have to make it a priority. Even for myself, Betty, when the calorie, as I got older, I do less physical work and I'm speaking a lot, I had to reduce my calories almost 800 calories a day just to maintain, you know, a healthy look. So you have to make all these adjustments, which you can when you're over 40 because you got this and this, and you get the results. Hello, we can do it.
Hey, and 40 is very young, so you got to look into that future. And so what do you see?
Right. You got to look into the future. The key is you have to look at from where you're at to where you're going. The bottom line is exercise is the difference from when you come a senior from a walker and walking. Because people who don't exercise, they're in a walker. The ones who do, they're walking. So you have to look into the future. Where is it going to go? When you pump up your BMR, it's going to increase your lean muscle mass. You regain your balance. The calorie intake equal calorie expenditure. Voila, you're in good shape. And a priority, you are going to be healthy. So you got to look into the future. That's where your motivation is coming from. Look into the future. Watch the result. Hey, I'm 40 and over. And Betty, I was thinking about this and said, wait a minute, I'm talking about 40 and over. I'm over 42.
Yeah?
40-year-olds, get up, do it. You can do this. Don't let these kids look hot. You know they're not. We got them. We got these kids.
Got them. Got some guns on you today.
Don't let them have it. Yeah, we got this.
And so as you look into that future, no wheelchair, no walker, no nothing, right? You're
Perfect.
good to go.
There you go. Good to go. We can keep it for a long time. We can't give this position up to the kids. We got them beat on the front. We got to beat them on the back. Let's just take it all the way home. Yes.
Jerry, you got a plan. Thank you. Of course, we'll see you next weekend.
Yep.